A 900-year-old chair holds its joints tighter than furniture built last decade. Archaeologists at York Minster documented the original adhesive still flexible, still bonded. No synthetic resins, no chemical cross-linking, no irreversible cure. Just animal protein and hot water. The wood rots before the glue releases. Medieval Europe in 1100 AD marked the beginning of a remarkable chapter in adhesive technology. Within monastery workshops, master craftsmen meticulously boiled animal hides and bones, creating what would become the standard adhesive for fine woodworking across the continent. As York Minster's construction commenced, these massive timber structures required permanent bonds that would withstand centuries of pressure and environmental change. The specific recipe was elegantly simple, yet extraordinarily effective. Collagen extracted from cattle hides, carefully heated to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and applied hot to joinery. This wasn't merely a European innovation. It represented the culmination of knowledge passed down through millennia across diverse civilizations. Egyptian furniture makers had been using hide glue 4,000 years earlier, creating pieces that remain intact in ancient tombs to this day. Chinese craftsmen perfected fish glue techniques 2 millennia before modern alternatives ever appeared on the market. Japanese temple builders developed sophisticated combinations of rice paste and hide adhesives that have weathered centuries of earthquakes and humidity fluctuations. Even Native American bow makers created remarkably durable, laminated weapons using sinew and hide adhesives that maintained their integrity through countless hunting seasons. The golden age of traditional adhesives reached its zenith in the 18th century. Antonio Stradivari's violins, crafted around 1720, maintained perfect hide glue joints after 300 years of constant string tension and resonance. Medieval manuscript bindings, subjected to centuries of handling, remain in pristine condition. Cathedral construction featured massive timber frames held together with hide glue that has now lasted over 800 years. The formulas for these adhesives were so valuable that furniture guilds passed down their glue recipes as closely guarded trade secrets, understanding their true worth. The 1930s witnessed a revolution as DuPont and other chemical giants developed synthetic adhesives that would fundamentally transform the market. By 2024, the global adhesives market reached a staggering $47 billion, an industry built on products that require constant replacement and ongoing chemical supply chains. Hide glue represented a threat to this model. It required no patents, no proprietary formulations, no recurring revenue streams. The business model underpinning modern adhesives relies on planned obsolescence. Today's wood glues are essentially designed to fail within 15 to 30 years, creating a reliable replacement cycle that benefits the furniture industry and adhesive manufacturers alike. Hardware stores stock only products with established distributor relationships, ensuring consistent reorders and predictable profit margins. Hide glue threatens this entire supply chain paradigm. There's no monthly ordering schedule, no replacement timeline, no built-in expiration date. The systematic elimination of hide glue from the market was methodical and comprehensive. Building codes were written around synthetic adhesive specifications, effectively regulating traditional options out of commercial construction. Furniture manufacturing evolved to prioritize fast-setting chemical glues compatible with assembly line production speeds. Hide glue's requirement for heating and cooling time became incompatible with factory efficiency metrics. As demand was artificially redirected toward newer products, traditional suppliers gradually disappeared from the retail landscape. Perhaps most insidious was the convenience deception perpetrated through marketing campaigns. Terms like instant and permanent were promoted as inherently superior qualities, while hide glue's reversibility, actually one of its greatest strengths, was reframed as a weakness. Professional woodworkers quietly continued using hide glue for important projects while the retail market vanished around them. The knowledge survived only in specialized restoration workshops and violin-making schools, preserved by artisans who understood its true value. The remarkable performance of hide glue stems from its fundamental chemistry. When properly prepared, collagen protein chains form molecular bonds stronger than wood fiber itself. Unlike synthetic alternatives, hide glue possesses thermoplastic properties. It softens with heat and hardens when cool, allowing for repairs impossible with permanent adhesives. It penetrates wood grain deeper than synthetic alternatives, creating both mechanical and chemical bonds simultaneously. The manufacturing process remains essentially unchanged for centuries. Animal hides and bones are boiled for 12 to 24 hours to extract collagen, then filtered and concentrated into sheets or pearls for storage. When needed, it's reheated to precisely 140 degrees Fahrenheit for application, providing a working time of 3 to 5 minutes. Unlike chemical adhesives, hide glue cures through cooling and moisture evaporation rather than irreversible chemical reactions. The performance numbers tell a compelling story. Hide glue consistently achieves bond strength between 3,600 to 4,200 pounds per square inch, significantly outperforming modern PVA glue's 2,500 to 3,000 pounds per square inch, which notably degrades over time. Even epoxy at approximately 3,500 pounds per square inch can't match hide glue's overall performance, particularly considering epoxy's brittleness and irreversibility. More importantly, hide glue maintains flexibility while synthetic alternatives become rigid and crack with age and environmental fluctuations. Perhaps most significant is the reversibility advantage. Steam or controlled heat softens hide glue for perfect disassembly without damaging the surrounding wood. This makes antique restoration possible centuries later, something utterly impossible with permanent synthetic adhesives. Violin makers can remove soundboards for internal repairs after hundreds of years, preserving priceless instruments that would otherwise be destroyed by modern permanent solutions. Even the cost analysis favors traditional methods. Hide glue pearls typically cost $15 to $25 per pound, enough for at least 50 substantial joints. Compare this to synthetic wood glue at $8 to $12 per bottle, sufficient for merely 10 to 15 joints. While hide glue requires a simple pot setup costing around $50, this represents a one-time investment. Most significantly, dry hide glue stores indefinitely without deterioration, eliminating the waste and expense of replacing expired products. Scientific validation continues to confirm what craftsmen have known for centuries. The Smithsonian Institution's Conservation Laboratory has conducted extensive testing on historical pieces, repeatedly confirming hide glue's superiority over modern alternatives in long-term performance. Bond strength measurements and accelerated aging tests demonstrate that hide glue maintains structural integrity over decades, while synthetic adhesives gradually weaken. University studies on molecular structure and bonding mechanisms have identified precisely why traditional formulations outperform their chemical counterparts in wood applications. Professional usage remains strong among those who understand the material's true value. High-end furniture restoration workshops exclusively use hide glue for historically significant pieces. Violin and instrument makers worldwide consider it the unquestioned standard practice. Museum conservation departments require hide glue for historical accuracy and longevity. Custom furniture makers who prioritize quality over production speed charge premium prices for traditional joinery methods secured with hide glue. Archaeological evidence provides perhaps the most compelling validation. York Minster excavations revealed 900-year-old joints still tight and functional. Egyptian tomb furniture displays intact hide glue bonds after millennia in desert conditions. Medieval manuscript bindings remain flexible and strong after more than 6 centuries. This continuous documentation of performance across diverse cultures and centuries cannot be dismissed as coincidence or nostalgia. It represents empirical proof of superior technology. Yet regulatory and market obstacles persist. While synthetic adhesives require UL listings and chemical approvals, traditional adhesives face different barriers, primarily exclusion from distribution networks. Hardware store shelf space remains controlled by chemical company distributors promoting their own products. Woodworking schools overwhelmingly teach only synthetic methods due to industry partnerships and sponsorships. Even professional certification programs systematically omit traditional techniques, perpetuating knowledge gaps among new generations of craftspeople. Despite systematic suppression, knowledge preservation continues through dedicated channels. Traditional woodworking forums document hide glue techniques in meticulous detail. Violin-making schools maintain centuries-old recipes as standard curriculum. Restoration workshops teach proper heating and application methods to apprentices. Several online suppliers continue providing quality hide glue pearls and equipment to those who seek them out. Anyone can access this knowledge today. Hide glue remains available from specialty woodworking suppliers, though you won't find it at major hardware chains. A simple pot and thermometer setup costs under $100, a modest investment for superior results. The techniques can be learned in a single weekend workshop or through online resources. The results are immediately superior for any serious woodworking project meant to last generations. The story of hide glue represents a broader pattern of suppressed traditional technologies. Industries consistently profit from planned obsolescence rather than permanent solutions. Ancient knowledge often proves superior to modern alternatives when evaluated on performance rather than convenience or profit potential. Systems designed around dependency naturally resist technologies that enable self-sufficiency. The glue that held medieval cathedrals together for 900 years was not replaced because it failed. It was replaced because a glue that never needs replacing cannot generate recurring revenue. The knowledge was never lost. It was just removed from the shelves where you were taught to look for it. What shocked you most about hide glue's hidden history? Tell me in the comments below. Subscribe now and hit the bell. Traditional wisdom waits for those brave enough to seek it.